The United States is enormous, being the third largest country in terms of area and population. Yet, despite having 334 million residents, nearly half of the country remains uninhabited. In fact, more people live in New York City than in some of the largest states combined. These states, though rich in natural beauty and offering stunning scenery, face unique challenges that keep their populations low. But what causes this disparity? Well, let's see. Number 1. Maine. Located in the northeastern corner of the United States, Maine shares a border with Canada and the Atlantic Ocean. Known for its picturesque landscapes, Maine boasts dense pine forests, serene glacial lakes, and a rugged rocky coastline. The state's natural beauty is undeniably captivating, with its vast wilderness areas providing a haven for outdoor enthusiasts and wildlife. However, Maine's climate significantly impacts its population density. Winters here are notoriously harsh, with long, cold months that bring heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures. This severe weather makes many parts of the state difficult to inhabit year-round. As a result, most of Maine's population is concentrated in the southern and coastal regions, where the climate is milder and the farmland more fertile. Demographically, Maine is the most rural state in the country, with only about 38.7% of its population living in urban areas. The state's population stands at approximately 1.385 million, with a significant portion being older adults. In fact, Maine has the oldest median range of any state, at 44.8 years. Young people often move away during their 20s, drawn by the allure of larger cities with more vibrant economies and diverse job markets, only considering a return when they retire. Number 2. Montana. It's a state of vast proportions and striking natural beauty, covering an area larger than Japan with a population of just over 1 million people. Its landscape is a blend of expansive farmlands in the east and towering mountains and glaciers in the west. The sheer size and varied terrain of Montana offer breathtaking views and abundant opportunities for outdoor activities, from hiking and skiing to wildlife watching. But Montana's low population density can be attributed to its lack of urbanization and modern amenities. The state's largest city, Billings, has only about 100,000 residents. Also, many towns here are so remote that accessing basic services can be a significant challenge. For instance, the nearest Walmart for some residents might be a 2 to 3 hour drive away. This isolation discourages people from settling in these areas, particularly younger generations who seek more connected and convenient lifestyles. The weather in Montana adds another layer of difficulty. The state experiences extreme temperatures, with especially harsh winters. Some areas can see snow throughout the year, and the recorded low of minus 70 degrees Fahrenheit at Rogers Pass is a testament to the severe cold. These conditions make everyday life challenging and limit the appeal for those considering relocating. Number 3. Rhode Island. Despite being the smallest state in the US, Rhode Island is notably underpopulated when considering its size. Covering just 1,034 square miles, one might expect it to be densely packed, but the reality is different. The state has a low overall population, especially when compared to its potential capacity. Urbanization in Rhode Island is limited mainly to the Providence metropolitan area. Providence, while vibrant, does not attract enough residents to fill the state. Beyond the city, there are few significant urban centers, and much of Rhode Island remains suburban or rural. When it comes to cost of living, it's one of the most critical factors in its low population. Despite high living expenses similar to those in neighboring Massachusetts and Connecticut, Rhode Island does not offer the same level of economic opportunities. The job market is smaller and less diverse, leading many young professionals to seek employment in other states. This economic disparity makes it difficult for Rhode Island to retain and attract new residents. Population growth in Rhode Island has been minimal. The state struggles to keep up with the growth rates of its neighbors, resulting in a relatively stagnant population. Younger residents often leave the state in search of better job prospects and living conditions, leaving behind an aging population. This trend exacerbates the state's low population density and highlights its struggles to attract new inhabitants. Number 4. Delaware. Delaware spans just 19,048 square miles. And well, despite its compact size, Delaware's population density is relatively high compared to other states. But it still lacks large metropolises that define more populous regions. Philadelphia, just 30 miles away, overshadowed Wilmington's potential growth, drawing more investment and development due to its strategic location and historical significance. As a result, Wilmington and other cities in Delaware remained relatively small and underdeveloped. Economically, Delaware is unique due to its favorable corporate laws, attracting over 2 million businesses to incorporate there. However, this corporate presence doesn't translate into substantial local development. Many of these companies benefit from Delaware's tax advantages without establishing a significant physical presence or creating jobs within the state. Consequently, the job market is limited, especially in comparison to the more diversified economies of neighboring states like Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Demographically, Delaware's growth is primarily driven by retirees and individuals seeking a quieter lifestyle from the hustle and bustle of larger cities. The state's low tax rates and beautiful coastal areas make it an attractive destination for those looking to escape urban life. However, this trend also means that the population is aging, with fewer young professionals choosing to settle in the state. Number 5. South Dakota. South Dakota is a state of considerable geographic size, spanning 77,116 square miles, characterized by a diverse landscape that includes rolling plains, the rugged Black Hills, and the iconic Badlands. The state's vastness is striking, offering expansive views and a sense of openness that is both unique and isolating. The state's natural beauty is undeniable, but its large area contributes to its low population density and challenges in urban development. Now, interestingly, South Dakota's economy is primarily based on agriculture and mining. The fertile plains are ideal for growing crops like corn, soybeans, and wheat, while cattle ranching is also a significant industry. In addition to agriculture, the state has a notable mining sector, particularly for gold and other minerals in the Black Hills region. But these industries do not generate the same level of employment or economic diversity as more urbanized states, which limits job opportunities and economic growth. Isolation is a defining characteristic of South Dakota. Many areas are remote, with small towns scattered across the landscape and long distances between them. The largest city, Sioux Falls, has a population of just over 190,000, while the state capital, Pierre, is one of the smallest capitals in the country. This lack of urbanization means fewer amenities and services, making it difficult to attract and retain young professionals and families. Number 6. North Dakota. Like its southern neighbor, South Dakota, North Dakota is characterized by vast plains and a predominantly rural landscape. However, North Dakota is even more sparsely populated, with just under 780,000 residents spread across 70,704 square miles. This low population density is a result of several factors, including geographic and weather conditions. The weather in North Dakota is notoriously harsh. Winters are brutal, with temperatures often plunging well below zero, accompanied by heavy snowfall and strong winds. Summers, on the other hand, can be hot and humid, with the added risk of severe thunderstorms and flash flooding. These extreme weather conditions make the state less appealing for year-round living. By the way, historically, settlers who moved westward in the 19th century often bypassed North Dakota, seeking more hospitable climates and fertile lands further west or on the coast. The state's isolated location and challenging environment meant that it never developed the large urban centers seen in other parts of the country. This trend has continued, with North Dakota remaining one of the last urbanized states in the U.S. Number 7. Alaska. As the largest state in the United States, Alaska spans an enormous 665,000 square miles, making it larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Despite its vast size, Alaska is one of the most sparsely populated states, with a population density of just 2 people per square mile. A significant issue being accessibility. Much of the state is only reachable by air or sea, with some towns hundreds of miles apart and only connected by small planes or boat. There are fewer than 16,000 miles of roads, which is less than many smaller states. The state's remote nature means that even basic goods and services can be difficult to obtain, leading to higher costs of living. There are also the weather conditions that pose significant challenges. Winters are long, dark, and extremely cold, with temperatures frequently dropping below freezing for extended periods. Some regions experience less than 4 hours of daylight during the winter months. These harsh conditions make daily life challenging and can deter people from settling in the state. Number 8. Vermont. Vermont, one of the smaller states in the US, covers about 9,616 square miles. Its landscape is dominated by the Green Mountains, dense forests, and picturesque valleys. This natural beauty makes Vermont a popular destination for outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, and leaf peeping during the fall. The state's geography is a key part of its charm, but also contributes to its rural nature. However, the population density in Vermont is low, with around 647,000 residents. The state is predominantly rural, with just 38.9% of the population living in urban areas. Small towns and villages dot the landscape, and there are no large cities. Burlington, the largest city, has a population of just over 42,000. This rural character means that Vermont offers a quiet, laid-back lifestyle that appeals to many, but limits economic opportunities. Economically, Vermont relies heavily on agriculture, tourism, and small businesses. Dairy farming is particularly important, with the state known for its high-quality dairy products. However, the job market is limited compared to more urbanized states. Manufacturing, education, and healthcare are other significant sectors, but the overall economic opportunities are fewer. This can make it challenging for younger residents to find diverse career options, so they often leave in search of better job prospects, only to consider returning later in life. Number 9. Wyoming. Spanning over 97,000 square miles, Wyoming is the 10th largest state in the US in terms of land area. Despite its vast size, it has one of the lowest population densities, with just around 581,000 residents. This translates to about 5.9 people per square mile, making it one of the most sparsely populated states in the country. Economically, Wyoming relies heavily on government jobs. Approximately 25% of the workforce is employed by either state or federal government agencies. This includes a significant number of positions in public land management and environmental conservation, given the state's extensive natural resources and protected lands. The reliance on government employment provides a measure of economic stability, but it also means that the state's job market can be somewhat narrow and less dynamic compared to more diversified economies. Living conditions in Wyoming are characterized by safety and a strong sense of community. The state consistently ranks as one of the safest in the US, with low crime rates and a high quality of life. However, the remote nature of many communities means that access to healthcare, education, and other essential services can be limited. This isolation can be a challenge for residents, particularly in harsh winter conditions. And that's it. So, what do you think about these sparsely populated states? Would you consider living in any of them? Or are you more of a city dweller? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content like this.